Yeah, fun video. What's the point?
But we need to recap the last 3 days of horror. We'll start with the sequence. Go.
3 days ago, I got food poisoning and started puking out my mouth and my butt.
2 years ago, we took a brutal 3-hour bus ride to Pai. 762 curves. Get really car sick. So this time, we're taking these cute little bikes.
Have a look.
Sexy.
Good work.
I know you don't believe in learning lessons. Another marvelous reason to walk away. You're feeling something inside, a change of direction. Oh, you know when love gets stripped away. And now you're filled with doubt, stare out the window.
Can you just pull over for a sec? I just had to stand up for 1 second. That is so sweet. Oh.
Close your eyes to the spark you trust. Maybe next time the call is done. What's collide and you open up. Maybe this time you'll learn to love. Take it or leave it while your heart's still beating. Take it or leave it, is your heart still beating? Is your heart still beating? Is your heart still beating? Is your love still
You should narrate how bad that hostel is.
A crappy one?
Yeah, that has a pool.
Oh god. Let's
So-
go ahead, Susie.
If you start
Yeah,
mimicking
mimic
me. So Britt booked this hostel in Pai, and it looked great from Booking.com. Cute little bungalows on a river, and a kitchen, which for us is a benefit because we can cook our own meals and we feel good about that. Saves us some
Not
money.
just a kitchen. It looked like a clean kitchen.
It looks clean. Yeah, it looked great. So we drive 3.5 hours on a scooter, just so ready to lay down. We're excited. Paid for our rooms, 5 nights, right? 5 nights.
Yeah.
They give us our keys, and we walk in, and I lay down on the bed, and I look up, and there are ants crawling all over the top bunk. And at first I was like, it's okay, we'll leave them alone. You know, they're on their path. They're not gonna just come down into the bed probably. And then I couldn't get over it. So I asked them, and they're like, oh, we'll just fumigate. It'll be totally fine. So we left, we went and got lunch, and we came back, and the ants were dead, but all over the bedspread, like all over. There was no pool. Well, there was.
Misleading.
It was misleading. It was up the road a bit, but we did have a pool.
So when we came to the pool the last few days, the pool's been like a nice blue color, but today, not so much.
The kitchen was not quite a kitchen. It did have a refrigerator. The guy from the front desk, I was cutting up a watermelon for Steve when he was sick, and he comes over with a block about this big of marijuana.
Marijuana. What do you mean?
Weed.
Of
Mary
marijuana.
Jane, they call it. Maybe a blunt or something of that kind.
Perp skirt.
Perp skirt. And he's cutting it up into chunks, and I had left watermelon juice on the counter. I'm like, oh, quick, I need to wipe it up. And I kind of thought to myself, why in the world am I wiping up this counter? And it just wasn't a great place to get sick at either. The bathrooms also had ants.
When I was sitting on the toilet, these ants were attacking this piece of watermelon, and there's like 100 of them who, like, you know, they're really strong,
Yeah.
and they work together. They lifted up this piece of watermelon and were carrying it out of the bat. So,
I had a
you know,
gecko splat next to me. It like fell like 15 feet, and I just hear this. I was like, oh.
Pie itself, I think, is really cool.
Pie is
That was
cool.
great. That was great. That was great.
We just got a bad slice of the pie.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't mean to do it.
Weird. Listen to these bugs. They're so loud. Good morning. This is day 2 in Pai. We're walking to Big's Little Cafe. It's supposed to be number 1 in Pai. Thank you. Thank you. Breakfast was super good. Hey, step on the dog. Alright. Oh, you gonna come?
The hot springs.
Cool.
We are headed to the Sai Nam Hot Springs. These bugs are so loud. So the last time that we were on this road, it was a dirt road, but it looks like now it might be paved the entire. Come on, it might be paved the entire way, which is pretty sweet. And I mean, it's been 2 years, so makes sense. Holy cow! Last time there weren't any buildings, remember? Look how clear it is.
from the oven. We're splitting everything so we can try more.
You're beautiful.
Ready?
Yeah.
So adventurous.
We might be sick tomorrow. We might be sick tomorrow.
Pretty good.
Potatoes and cheese.
Famous last words. 1 to 10. 4. Thank you. 9. You guys ever have a Yum.
This is mango sticky rice.
Yeah. Oreo and
Oh my
they like
God.
put it in there, and then they put the whipped cream and they top it with Do you love it? Do you just love it? Yeah. I know, me too. That's how I was.
I'm surprised.
Well, I panicked and then I got street food and I'm okay. Then I got street food and I'm okay. Then I got street food and I'm okay. You want to tell it?
I started getting wheezy and faint, and my legs started getting tingly just from being dehydrated and everything. And
And
whatnot.
pause, you should know that Steve is a very violent puker, so
And a hypochondriac.
literally he sounds like he's like screaming, like, ah! Ah!
I hopped on the back of the scooter with CJ. He rode me to the hospital. I figured why not? He said he hooked up an IV if I feel a lot better. And then while I was talking to the lady at the front desk, I was sitting on this chair and I was like, I'm gonna puke. So she gave me a bag.
You need 2 bags.
And then I was like, I Ralphed, and then I just started Ralphing out that end too, and it was just slug slime everywhere, just dripping off that seat. And they were like so disgusted with me, they just looked at me like,
Yeah,
wow.
like he was in hate.
And I just look up and I go, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I said it just like that.
I'm sorry.
But once that IV went in,
And then the next day,
2 days
we were like,
passed.
oh, we should go to the Pie Canyons because they're really cool. And the Pie Canyons were awesome. It was very, very sketchy and windy and beautiful. And I kind of felt funny on the way there. Like my tummy kind of felt funny, and I was like, okay, don't overanalyze it. I'm probably fine. It started like really pouring down rain.
It's really starting to rain.
So we ran to our bikes and we got on our bikes, and I knew right then, I'm like, okay, I don't feel very good. So we're driving back and I started hailing and it was miserable. It hurt so bad. I had shorts and a tank top on and I'm holding on for dear life, and all of a sudden we take a curve a little too fast and we slide, bike on the ground. We are on the ground sliding. Lord saved us because we went into the opposite side of the road. There were no cars. We were absolutely covered from head to toe in oil and water. Ripped CJ's favorite pair of shorts. Ruined one of my 2 tank tops that I brought on the trip. And you know what? We didn't have any scratches. We were a little bit sore the next morning, but it was best case scenario to crash a scooter. And then after they crashed our scooter, we got back to our gross hostel. All of a sudden, I'm on my knees, throwing up, and I've only thrown up like 3 times in my life. So we got to the hospital, took me up to an IV, felt better, went back home, and then I was laying in bed trying to fall back asleep, and I hear off in the distance, oh, oh, oh.
Then
Take it
then
from
I
here.
puked like 3 times. And I just got done puking. And then I had to drive the scooter with Jack on the back for like 4 hours. And after you have a weird stomach thing, don't eat a 3-pound steak bait. Pits from my
Alright,
heart.
smells good. Trust me, smells my ribs.
Oh,
Not bad.
dude!